Nick Hart from Backstreet Boys.
Shout out to Boy Band Break.
It's Chris Kirkpatrick here. Shout out to your podcast, Boy Band Break.
Everybody, this is Howie D, and I'm listening to Boy Band Break.
Hi, Ashley Parker Angel here. Huge shout out to the Boy Band Break podcast.
This is Brad from LFO, and you are listening to Boy Band Break.
Hey, what's up? This is Jacob.
What's up? It's Dan.
What's up? It's Trevor.
And it's Eric Michael, and it's time for Boy Band Break, baby. Let's go!
Welcome back to Boy Band Break. We encourage you to take a break from your day and join us in some boy band conversation. As always, I'm Chinzia.
I'm Sophia.
And how's everybody doing today?
And welcome back to another fun episode that we're going to talk about. Fun times ahead for most.
Speaking of fun times ahead, that has nothing to do with this episode. Guess what I found on my car yesterday? I don't know if you saw this. It's kind of hard to see.
I just looked on Facebook like 10 minutes before I came on to do the podcast.
So yeah,
and somebody did something to your car.
So Lydia and Kenny came to borrow my parents' minivan. So as they were there, Kenny's like, somebody wrote on your car. I'm like, what do you mean somebody wrote on my car? And on the hood of the car, and it's kind of like a little 3-section, it has scratched into the paint is FU. Now I was just like, I'm going to just try to pretend that people wanted to write FUN for fun because they left aligned it. So there is space to write the N. So my question is, do I just scratch an N onto my own hood, or do I just leave it and hope for the best? So
I would leave it. I don't think you want to add more damage.
So the good part is that whoever did it was lazy and only did a really it's not deep. It didn't break through the paint so that little rust or anything. Kenny thinks I could probably buff it out. I tried wiping it. It's faded a little bit. So I'm like, I don't know, maybe the rain and all that other stuff will whatever.
People are
my car is a 2011 Nissan Sentra. This is not a whatever. So I'm like, who would have written? That's my new thing. So I was just like, who would have written it? I'm like, this is a lot of effort to come up to my house and write it. So I'm thinking it's probably from work, because I work in downtown Hamilton.
Oh, okay.
And there's a lot of people who are always hanging out in the parking lot around there. So maybe that, or maybe it's been there for a while, and maybe one of the times when Lydia and Kenny borrowed the car or something and they pissed off somebody, maybe some kid did it. Who knows, right? So I think in my neighborhood, people are more lazy and would not want to walk all the way up to where I park my car to do that. But anyways, you can be mad or you can just go along with it.
Nowadays, people are a little bit crazier than normal and doing things that they shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, apparently yesterday, the Tesla dealership near in Lime Ridge Mall, 80 cars were vandalized. So I'm like, that's a lot of cars. So I'm like, that one I understand. They're protesting Elon, all that other stuff. My car, what are you doing to my car, guys? Whatever.
They didn't know 80 cars were vandalized, or that was later?
No, it was in the thing, because there's a Tesla dealership there, so there's all these cars outside of it.
Oh, outside, got it. I was like, don't they have
they're all outside.
Cameras?
Yeah, they don't have a facility big enough to store those all inside.
I was like,
all the good parking spots are now gone because that's where the Tesla dealership is. So they get the first 2 or 3 rows of cars, and then you got to park somewhere else. But
I don't understand. What is his role in the Trump administration? Is he part of the Trump administration?
I think he just made up his own role. You know what? Rich people, whatever. We were going to stay out of politics in this podcast because everyone is
He
nuts.
seems to enjoy having him, and I'm just like, I don't understand. Where did this role come from?
I was like, is he the new vice president? I don't know.
I don't know what's happening in the U.S. I'm sorry.
No
I love you all in the U.S. But yeah, I don't. Yes. I feel
Godspeed to you guys,
bad.
so.
I hope that these next 4 years
go by quickly. Yes. So what did you do last weekend? Where did you go? I saw some pictures.
I went to the big New York event in Brentwood, New York.
Okay.
And I saw 2 of my other favorites in wrestling, AJ Mendez. Her name was AJ Lee in wrestling. Okay. You might have known that because I bought her book back in the day. I shared some stuff about her on my Twitter years ago.
So is she a current wrestler or she was back in the day?
She retired
Okay.
because of her neck issues. She's now a comic book writer with her writing partner, Amy Garcia, who
is she the
was
one with
on
the hat? Or is she the one without the hat?
Without the hat.
Okay.
She's the one in the red.
Okay. 1 second. I will show this. I will share my.
You know who Amy Garcia is because she was.
Isn't
on
she from
Lucifer.
Lucifer? Okay. Yes. So are they
the
friends
whole
or the
story is
yeah.
her and AJ's husband was friends with Amy Garcia, and then people kept commenting, "Oh, you guys look like sisters."
They do look similar. Yeah, that's true.
right.
Sure.
Yeah. So then they met at a hockey game, and then they became fast friends. Which is good because AJ's husband and Amy Garcia are friends. So basically, they've been friends now for 8 years. They're writing partners together. They wrote a movie together.
Oh,
they wrote
okay,
2
cool.
comic books together. They're writing like a short. They did a short movie. I think it's called a short. And then they have other writing projects to come. So it's very exciting. So now they're like best of friends, obviously, and now they're working together.
Very cool. That just reminded me of something else. I'm just going to write that down.
So it was a very fun experience. She remembered me because I was like, oh, I traveled to see you before years ago with Amy Garcia at the comic book signing, and she's like, "Oh, you're a world traveler." And I'm like, "Yes,
where was
you
that?
could say that."
Was that
in Chicago?
Oh, Chicago. Okay.
Yeah. And then she was like, and then I was like, I don't know if you remember me, because I showed her the picture, and I was like, I don't know if you remember me, but I'm Soph D Loves BSB on Twitter. And she's like, oh my gosh, yes. So she came around the table and was like, let me give you a hug. She's like, yes. Awesome. So she gave me a hug. And then she was like, thank you so much for the support. Just wanted to let you know it doesn't go unnoticed. I see everything that you post. And appreciate your support. And then I was like, yes, I love you. I also have bought everything of yours as well to support you. And then I was telling her, like, I bought the figurines of her husband and her dog, Larry. Yeah. And that's why she made like that, oh my God, thank you so much in the picture. Yeah, there. She's like, oh, yeah.
Oh, are they doing friendship bracelets too? Is that a thing?
Yeah, a few people gave her friendship bracelets. If you see in the next photo.
Yeah, there's tons on there.
There's tons on her, yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't look at this. It's just going to all the fandoms, the friendship bracelets. I made one too.
Yeah, I feel like the fandom. Yeah, I feel like Taylor Swift really helped support this in all the fandoms.
For sure. And then
also I've met this one as well. Her name is Mercedes Monet. Before she went by Sasha Banks. Okay. She's awesome. I had a good time.
Ooh, she's I like her hair. Love your... It has red streaks.
Yes. She said, oh, I love your shirt. And I was like, yes, money changes everything. Because that's one of her lines in wrestling. And she's like, yeah. And then we took a picture like this, and then I was like pointing to her belts because she's 4 belts, Monet.
Oh wow!
And then yes, she's won 4 over the past few months.
So this is AEW, or is this the
AEW? Yes.
So it's a different wrestling league. Then.
It's a different promotion, going on 6 years now.
Okay.
I would like to say that I've been to
WWE or no.
Yes, she used to be WWE. Her name was Sasha Banks.
Oh, so when she switched, she changed her name. Okay.
Yes. Got it. She switched it because she wants her own IP, to own her own name, to sell her own merch. And then I let her know I came from Toronto to see you. And she said, thank you so much. And I told her good luck for tonight at that time because she was having a match. With Indy Hartwell. So
did you get to stay for that, or was that?
I left in the night.
Yeah, it's true.
I literally went I went for this event.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was good
fun.
times. And how was your week of March break funness? I know that you did
I
some fun
mostly
things.
worked for most of it, but I found there was an escape room that we did in Mississauga, and it's the Friends escape room. So
Ooh,
it
nice.
it
Look
had
what
like
I'm
it was,
wearing.
that's so funny. So like literally to get into their apartment, you had that episode when is it Chandler? Chandler puts on all of Joey's clothes. Or is it the other way around?
Joey puts all of
Joey
Chandler's
puts on all
clothes.
of Chandler's
Yeah.
clothes. So you have to like put on the clothes in like a certain order, and it like spells out the words, the numbers, and then that unlocks a code to get the like. There was a lot of interesting.
Oh wow,
things.
that sounds like
Yeah,
so much fun.
It was fun. We did escape with like 5 minutes to spare, and we only used basically one hint because at the end we're just like we have this code. Well, we used 2 hints. We're like we have this code, but we don't know where to put it, and then we didn't realize that there was another locked box like hidden under a table that we're just dumb and didn't look down to find. So we found that. And we're like, okay.
Oh wow.
But it was funny. You had to like do things, and like there was like a guitar for Smelly Cat. You had to like smell things, and we're just like we didn't understand, and I'm like. So then finally one of us just like smelled the cup and we're like, holy shit, these cups are all scented. But why would you think that a cup is scented, right? So like,
yeah. You don't think of these things when you're in the game. I feel like it's like pressure situation because you're against the clock, basically.
You're against the clock, but it's good when you work with a team because like some people will spot things differently or figure things out. Like just one thing, you have to like move with their hands. My fingers were too short, so I made somebody. I'm like, this is what you need to do. Just do this and like whatever. So we did that. We just kind of ate at a couple of restaurants and stuff. And then what the heck was I going to say?
Ate at a couple of restaurants.
We also went to like this is kind of cool. Have you ever been to like a board game cafe?
Yes, we went together.
Did we? Where was that?
I feel like it was someone's birthday.
Possibly. Well, this is a new one.
I think it was Aaron's birthday.
Okay. Yeah, maybe that. Yes.
We paid like $5.
This one made you pay $10, but they also have, but they had like over 1,400 board games, which is funny because I saw a lot. I'm like, I was trying to explain this to Lydia, and she's like, you also have a mass amount of board games in your base. And I'm like, yes, so these are different ones. But I've always wanted to get one of those, like, they have an escape room board game. So obviously you can only play it once, but it has like all the hints and things like that. So we're like, oh, that's fun. Let's do it. It was awful, man. Like it was horrible. It was, first of all, it was super hard. And second of all, it's like, cause everything is the paper. And then my phone. Anyway, I'm trying to turn off the volume, but I can't remember.
Who is that
on this phone? Nobody important. It's Josh, whatever. He's fine. Anyways, so then basically,
it was hard.
It was hard. And
they didn't give you enough clues or...
well, no, because we were playing. So our friend Devin has other friends that we hadn't met yet. So then, but they had played these before, so they knew how to play it. And we're sitting at this like giant table, and then they were like taking half the clues, and I'm sitting at the end, like feeling useless. Like I don't know like there was like so much reading, and don't get me wrong, I love reading, but I was just like so confused. So I think maybe if it was in a smaller group and we were all, because some people were like the thing with an escape room is you need to like share with other people the information you are getting. Also, by the time we played that, we had already played like 3 other games. So it was very late at night. So my brain was like shutting down, and I was just like, I don't get it, whatever. So I might try that again. If we end up going to that place, if we do, I would get that game first, like, cause they had like 5 or 6 different things. Try it out first before we get brain fog. But yes, but there was like some other fun games we learned how to play.
Okay,
but
cool.
The other exciting thing that I have been waiting for a while, and it's been counting down, is the new Hunger Games book, Sunrise on the Reaping.
Yes, I saw on your Instagram that you had done a midnight...
I went to a midnight screening.
Screening. So tell us, what is that about? Like, how do you...
I also made an I Love Haymitch.
How did you find out about it?
Well, I knew they were doing it, and they had a couple of these like the actual like parties, but their closest one was Toronto or Cambridge. And if I drove to Cambridge, I'd have to drive 45 minutes by myself at night. And then in the Toronto one, it wasn't near the GO station. It was like Yonge and something. So it was at least like a 15-minute thing. And I'm like, I don't want to go get this book and then miss my final train home and be stranded in Toronto on a Monday night. So, and when I have to work the next day. So I ended up just, just going to my local store, had a midnight release, but not a party, but they had like a bracelet making thing. So I like waltzed in 15 minutes before, made myself a bracelet, got the book, came home, started reading. And then I got a little ways in, but it was like 1:30 in the morning, and then my eyes were glazing over because I didn't sleep well the night before. But it took me about
the fact that you even stayed up till 1:30 in the morning.
Just like, I need to read more. Like, Haymitch is one of my favorite characters. So this actually takes place. So the first 3 of the series. Have you watched Hunger Games and read them?
I watched the first 2.
Okay. Second
or the last 2.
So the first one is the Hunger Games, takes place at the 74th Hunger Games. So that's when Peeta and Katniss, spoiler alert for people, they win together. This is the first time only 2. So then the second time Snow is the quarter quell. So every 25 years they have a quarter quell, and there's like different things. So for that one, all of the people that had already won were put back in the arena, and then that's all that stuff. And then whatever, and then there's an uprising, they overthrow the government, blah blah blah. So then those are the first 3 books. And then the 4th book is the Ballads of Snakes and Songbirds, and that takes place when President Snow is a teenager in school, and it's the 10th Hunger Games. So he's the one who starts, and then he has to mentor one of the people, which ends up being a girl from District 12, which is where Katniss and Peeta are from. Anyway, so whole bunch of stuff goes on with that. And then so this book takes place on the second quarter quell, which is the 50th. So it's 40 years after the Snow book and 24 years before the Peeta and Katniss book. So, but what's interesting, so it brings like Haymitch when he's in the Hunger Games. And because it's the second quarter quell, the twist for that one is instead of only 2 tributes, 4 tributes per thing have to go in. So he's one of the people, and then like one of his friends is in it. Like it's a whole big, like it's an interesting thing. But what I found more interesting is the other people, the other characters from like the Peeta and Katniss Hunger Games show up in this. So it's like introduction to some of the other characters that you know in the future, and you're like, oh, that's interesting, or oh, that's what Katniss's parents' names are, and this is that. So, and you already kind of know what's going to happen to Haymitch because you know, like obviously he's going to win. So, and then you know that his family dies, but you don't know when that happens. So, it's interesting to see all that. So it was pretty good.
So are they in the same like story or?
Yeah, so it's all the same timeline. So yeah, so Haymitch is from District 12. So, by the time that Katniss and Peeta are there, Haymitch is the only tribute like still alive that won. The only other person was from Snow's book, and she disappears, and it's kind of weird. So anyway, but yeah, it's interesting to see that, and then you see some of the other characters because they don't have any mentors in 12 because there was no other people that had won, so they had to take them from the other districts and things like that. So it's a very interesting book, and I enjoyed it.
It sounds very interesting. Yes. And usually books are better than the movies
because they give you more information, right?
They give you more information, more details. They describe more things, what's going on. Exactly. So they give you the mental picture of what you want to do. Yeah.
Yeah. So the interesting part is that Suzanne Collins, who writes it, if I'm not mistaken, also is like a screenwriter or worked in movies before. So that's why I feel like a lot of the books seem to be very similar to the movies. Obviously, they have to condense it because it would be like 15 hours long if they did it. But, so it's interesting. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways,
well, that's what
I've been up to.
That's a lot of fun things are happening.
Yeah, things coming up. But you know what and now I've like joined a whole bunch of Hunger Games like group chats and things like that. I'm just like, what am I doing? I'm now wasting my time.
And then on my Instagram, apparently there's lots of fans of this book. Because on their Instagram story, a few people were like, yes, I got this book. I was like, wow, Chinzia, you started a trend almost.
But no one around me now I'm not getting into the political stuff, but there's like, I've been like trying to draw parallels between this and real life. And then people are like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And then I try to explain, and I'm like, never mind. But
I feel like it is like real life, like the Trump administration is like how the book is, kind of. Would you say?
Yes, I would
Yeah.
say very much so, because in the Hunger Games, it takes place in basically what was North America or the States is where everything is. And I'm just like, what happened to the rest of the world? In the first few books, I was just like, is the rest of the world just blown up? Are things gone? Whatever. But now my new working theory is that a president came in and decided to wall up the US, and then everybody else is just doing their own thing and living their own lives, and having a great time. So I don't know. Hopefully, like, this stuff does not become true, because obviously it's horrible to kill children and fight to the death and all that stuff. But what I'm saying is, like,
Fingers
before
crossed.
I was just like, how can like a whole country just be like cut off from the rest of the world? And then you see an insane man come in and start saying things and doing things, and putting
He has no
tariffs and making
filter
up,
and
breaking trades and stuff. And then, oh, we can do all of ourselves. Okay, contain yourselves. And then, I don't know, man. Whatever it is, what it is. But that has nothing to do with this episode. Sorry, guys.
But you know how we haven't talked about all in one episode is Backstreet Boys stuff.
Backstreet's back. All
right.
We have not, and it's been.
And you know, the big thing now is they're getting ready for their Vegas residency again at the Sphere, and we could start with that one because that's exciting. Because they also had a NASCAR. In the race with their driver, and then some of the boys were there to promote that Sphere residency.
Yes, hold on one
So
second.
that's a good starting point, I think, to start us off with.
Where can I find this? Hold on. I have it on one of my multiple tabs here. Where did I put it? Oh, here we go. This one. Share, present. Where is my screen? There we go. Okay. So there's the Sphere. Oh, it didn't show up yet. Here is the Sphere, and here is a Backstreet Boys car. Sorry, can you give me 1 sec? Talk amongst yourselves, Sophia.
Okay. Well, this was very exciting when this came up because we never thought that the Backstreet Boys would be on a car. So that's fun. And then the car was at, I don't remember where the car was, but I think it was in one of the hotels in Vegas. And then Kevin and Brian were there to go see the car, and it was really exciting. They took a picture with the car. They shared it to their socials. They also have a car picture on a shirt that they're selling now for a limited time, which is pretty cool. So if you want that t-shirt, feel free to go to the Backstreet Boys store and pick it up because it's for a limited time. And I'm sure Chinzia will read where they were so they could see that car in Vegas, because I don't recall which hotel they were at to go see the car, but it was pretty cool that it was open to the public to see the car.
Sorry, just got a text message. I do it. Anyways, it says, why is there a Backstreet Boys car in a NASCAR race this weekend, and who is driving it? So it says the Backstreet Boys are back, and this time they're on John Hunter Nemechek's number 42 Toyota Camry. He is the driver for the Legacy Motor Club, with NASCAR heading to Las Vegas for the Pennzoil 400. It was only right the car featured the iconography of the 90s boy band. The Backstreet Boys are set to begin a residency in Vegas starting July 11th in the Sphere. With that in mind, the Jimmy Johnson-owned NASCAR team partnered with Live Nation and Vibe. Oh, those are the people that are doing the all the VIPs, right? the hotel
Yeah.
ones. To further amplify the message of the Backstreet Boys will be in Las Vegas. In a statement, they had an excitement for the car with a famous group. I'm beyond excited to have the Backstreet Boys on board with our Toyota Camry for Las Vegas, the 27-year-old said. Their music is legendary, and to have them represented on our car is really special. Hopefully, we can put on a great show and make this ride to victory lane, because as they say, I want it that way.
What? I love when they do like little puns, right? Because you're like, oh, it's going to happen. They're going to do a pun.
Yes. So
I got very excited for some reason for that. I don't know why.
So Kevin, Nick, and who was the other one who was there? AJ?
Oh my God, I almost spit out my water. I literally was like, the other one was Brian, bro.
Oh, was it Brian? Yes, which is surprising.
Oh my God,
Brian
I almost spit out my water. Oh my God, thank you so much for that laugh. That was hilarious.
No worries. I like to murder you.
Oh my God, that was funny. Okay.
Here we go. Here is the car.
Who was the other one?
So it had them all on the front. There's 5 of them. I forgot how he was doing. Yes, I know what Howie was doing. So anyways, here's the schnazzy car.
Oh my God, that was funny.
They also ended up going on little car rides with them too. Which was that on their personal accounts?
It was on the Speedway Club Twitter.
Oh, here's a few with Nick. Hold on one sec. Let me switch to this tab instead. So there's the car. There's 2 of his 3 children there. So Saoirse and oh my God, Odin. I don't know why I was about to call him Owen. I'm like, his name is not Owen, but yes, Odin. So they were checking out the car, testing it out, looking at them like do all that stuff.
That's like so cool as a kid. Yeah, that's like the coolest thing where you can like hop into a race car and like pretend you're driving it. That's a cool memory to have.
And the Kentucky Cousins are here, so there's Brian and Kevin doing their thing. And I guess this is Richard Petty, who I assume is a NASCAR driver. Guys, I know nothing about NASCAR.
He's the world famous Richard Petty.
Of course, yes. And then they were testing things out and doing things and riding around in the car. Are these all videos, eh? Yeah, so then I think each of the boys got to drive in the car. Not drive the car, obviously. Don't want to crash it, but they got to be in it.
They got to be in it.
Like they were all having a grand old time.
It was fun.
Yes, I think it's funny. And then I think what I thought was funny is, I don't know if you noticed this, but like, so they each take turns being in the front seat. But then when Brian is in the front seat, Kevin goes to the back seat. So he's also in it again. So it's just like, how many? See, look, there he is right now in the back of the car. Everybody else had a woman in the back seat, and Kevin's just like, I'm in the front and the back. Like, who knew?
He got the best of both worlds on that
best
trip.
Best of both worlds. Yeah, who knew? But I don't think they won. I don't know what he
did not win. No, I think he was in a car. I think he was in the part of the crash that happened, possibly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was like a video of them being in a crash.
Oh, geez.
The driver and another one, but I don't know. I'm assuming he's okay, the driver.
I'm assuming.
Or they would have said something on Twitter if he wasn't. Do not know if he finished the race or if he got disqualified. Do you get disqualified in NASCAR? I really don't know.
I have no idea. Let me try Googling this dude and see what happens here. He is 15th in the Cup Series, whatever that means. I have no idea. I
think there's like top 20. I have no idea. Anyways, so yeah, if you go to a Speedway Club on Twitter, I think they have like all of that information, like all the videos or the picture of Brian and Kevin going to see the car in Vegas, a Vegas hotel. I don't remember the hotel name. and it was
Sorry,
open to the public for that day.
Oh yeah, one of my friends went. I saw her pictures.
Yes. Yes.
And you could take pictures in the lobby of the hotel.
Yes. And then Brian and Kevin also took pictures. And then people noticed Kevin's shoes. And we were like, yes, he bought the Millennium shoes from, remember so long ago, those shoes from Millennium, the blue and gray
Is it on
shoes
Kevin's Instagram or
from New Balance.
they had a special
I
Millennium?
think it was on Speedway Club Twitter. I feel like that is the Twitter name. I'm not sure. Oh, you can go to my Twitter. I think I retweeted a whole bunch.
See anything that says Speedway Club. This does not look like it's in English, so I don't think it's this one. Okay, so da da da. Okay. Speedway Club. Oh, I found it. Legacy Motor Club is what it was.
There you go. I knew it was something like that.
So here is, okay, let me present this page. So yeah, so it says next album cover and it has them all inside this event.
Yes.
Which is not loading. Oh, here we go. It's probably the Venetian.
Shoes?
What do you think?
Yeah, but I think it's Venetian.
Because I think the Venetian is near the Sphere. So I feel like that would make sense.
I think so. Now that you're saying that.
Oh, right here it says the Venetian Resort, Las Vegas.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. I've stayed at that one before. Yeah, so they were there. So
that was
my
pretty
friend was in
cool.
town
And then,
for, I believe she said a Maroon 5 concert. Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. Like Kevin was wearing those Millennium shoes.
Oh yeah, where are the shoes? They're in this picture.
Yes.
Oh, New Balance, blue and white. That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Good job, Kevy Kev. Way to represent the brand.
I think that's pretty cool that was a promotion for the Sphere Las Vegas residency for the summer. Pretty cool to experience that. They experienced that. Always fun to have new things to experience, even, as a boy band.
Yes. And they're up to how many dates now? I think
it's August 17th now, right? August 17th. So July 11th to August 17th.
I thought did they not expand to September? Or am I crazy?
I think we wanted them to go.
Were we just anticipating that? Oh
yes,
God,
we wanted that to happen so we could go for your birthday.
Backstreet Boys. Wow, I cannot spell today. I've spelled Backstreet Boys with a K because apparently that's how I.
You're thinking of Kevin, clearly.
I'm sorry, I said the letter K, but I actually meant the letter Q, and that makes no sense. So yeah.
Okay, I was trying to help you there. Sorry about that.
I know. I was just like, no, that doesn't sound weird at all. I'm like, yes, it does. Yeah, you're right. Right now it's only until the 17th, but who knows? Who knows? I feel like the ticket sales are going very well, so good for them.
Due to overwhelming demand, so that's a really good sign.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So there's 18 shows right now, but who knows? Who knows who could be next?
Well, remember in the 2017, we talked about this in a previous episode. It was only supposed to be nine shows, and they stayed there for 2 years and 80 shows.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to go that long, but who knows? It could possibly go for another couple months.
Yeah. True. It could be anybody.
And since we're still on the Sphere, AJ went to the iHeart Radio something awards.
I think it might have just been the iHeart Awards.
iHeart Awards, yeah. And he was talking about what the show would entail, and he's saying 24 songs and a medley, some type of medley. 24 songs seems kind of short after the
Doesn't it
DNA
though?
out.
Yeah, right. What's the
Yes,
DNA
because
tour gonna-
wasn't the DNA tour
it
like
was the I Heard
32
Awards
songs?
2020.
Yes.
Maybe.
I feel like the DNA tour had like 32 to 33 songs.
I think so. I wonder if I can find.
And now to hear it's only 24 songs, that seems short. But I guess because if they're just playing, like replaying what the Millennium Tour was, I guess it was 24 songs.
I have no
because it's
idea.
been a long time since that tour.
I'm just looking at setlist.com. What did you guess the DNA tour had? How many songs?
32 or 33 songs?
33. Good job, buddy. 31 plus 2. I wonder if they
Yes,
have the
because they did every one, but not the full song every one.
Yes. What year was the Millennium Tour? Was it 2001?
1999/2000.
Okay.
I know that because that was my first show at the Sky Dome.
At the
November
Sky Dome.
11th, 1999.
Okay, so it looks like they have a set list from there. Let's see. I don't know who put it in. I don't know how much the memory. So let's just check how much that Into the Millennium Tour had 17 songs.
Okay, so they're adding
So
5
they've
more.
added a few new ones. Let me just double check another one just to see if anybody else's set list was longer. Arizona, Columbus, Philly. Where's the Toronto? Oh, I guess I can look by country for Canada. All right, at the Sky Dome. So this would have been the one that you were at
Yes.
on November 11th, 1999.
Yeah.
All right, so someone did put a set list in for this, and 17 plus 2 encore. So would you like me to quickly read you the set list? So you can
Sure.
all right.
It will jog the memory.
All right, so we had Larger Than Life,
Mm-hmm.
Get Down, The One, As Long As You Love Me, Don't Wanna Lose You Now, Quit Playing Games With My Heart, Don't Want You Back, The Perfect Fan, Back to Your Heart, Everybody, Backstreet's Back, We've Got It Going On, That's the Way I Like It, Spanish Eyes, I'll Never Break Your Heart, No One Else Comes Close, All I Have to Give, Show Me the Meaning of Being Lonely. There's a lot of slow songs, eh? And then the encore was It's Gotta Be You and I Want It That Way.
Interesting.
So, I feel like
So
they do play quite a
interesting
few of
to
these already.
see what other songs they include, because if they're doing a pure Millennium Tour
Yeah.
or album, that's basically all the songs.
And are they just going to do these songs, or are they going to add a few more hits from pre? Now, what's interesting is that he gave another hint in that thing, and he said that something is cold. So is
And
that a
intense.
hint for Siberia? Possibly.
Possibly, but why would he use
it?
intense?
I don't know. He's a strange man, that AJ. He says a lot of things and does a lot of things.
So my guess is intense is something to do with the screens of like all the lasers and all the things that are going to happen on the screens, and I'm
Right.
like, well, maybe that's how you get seizures, because it's like
Maybe.
I don't know, but yes.
happening.
So maybe that's why it's intense.
Yeah.
And they also said to wear white and a hint of blue, because my guess is whatever is going to happen during that song, well, maybe you can see it on your shirt.
You think they're going to project onto the audience?
You never know. It sounds like that could be a case.
Could be.
Because why else would you wear white and a hint of blue?
No idea. People are crazy. Why is this person calling me and leaving a message? I don't know.
So I'm interested
I'm just gonna mute for a second if you want to just talk. Okay.
Okay, sure. So I'm interested to see like how it will play out when as people are wearing white and a hint of blue, and that was my first show, the Into the Millennium tour. So it would be pretty cool to see it again. But as of now, I am not going. But maybe if they add more shows, I would love to go see it. But alas, not at this moment. What else? Oh, also in the interview that AJ did at iHeart Awards, he talked about his solo album that is coming. He said that the single will be coming in the next few months, and the solo album will be coming within the year. I think close to the end of the year. This man has been saying that his single and album will be coming for quite a while. So here's hoping that it is actually coming true. He said that he's been working on this project for 3 years. So I'm really hoping that this is the time that he actually does it, follows through. He has some really good songs. So I really hope that he's able to release this album, because I would like to have it. What else? And then there was he was also talking about Liam Payne. He's on the boy band show on Netflix. They became really close during that show. And when they spent time together, he didn't see anything out of the ordinary, that he was dealing with anything, which goes to show you don't know what people are going through. So always be kind, as the saying goes. But they're still going to go on with that show. Apparently they're going to honor his memory. In the first part of the show is what he said, or in the article I read. And then the other part they will still record, because they want fans to see how good of a job he did, and his last thing that he did on that show. What was that show called on Netflix? The boy band show that AJ is hosting with Liam Payne?
Oh yes, yeah, I have the article for that one.
I just started talking. Hopefully everything made sense that I said.
Sorry,
I'm just going off with what I remember, what I read, and what I heard. But yes, I was talking about the solo album of AJ and how he mentioned that he hopes to have it out, the song, within the next few months. And then the album within the year. And he's been working on this project for 3 years. So fingers crossed that he actually follows through. Yes.
Then
I said that I read the article, and in the interview he was saying that he didn't know what was going on with him, because they became close, but he didn't share that anything was wrong. So you don't know what people are going through. So to be kind always, basically.
And he was saying that, he said he was, basically he said, Liam and I got very close. It was just a dream to work with. He was a light, so talented, so funny, so genuine, but I get it. AJ, who has opened up about his addiction struggles in the past, told Parade. He said, I still have the last text conversation we had. I refused to delete it. He said that he didn't notice any signs of distress in Liam when they were working together. There were no signs of anything. And we as addicts can hide it pretty well, but everything seems to be fine. We don't know. You don't live with that person's mind 24/7, and you don't know. So it's true. And AJ has also masked things before and hid things and stuff. So
yes. So and then I read that they're still going to go through with the show.
Other people have been charged in Liam's death
honor
as well,
his memory.
It was kind of like a shady.
Sorry, we were talking over each other. Go ahead.
For sure. So they still haven't given an exact date of when it's coming out, but it is coming out. It's on Netflix. It's going to be dedicated to Liam, and it is called Building the Band is what it's called.
Yes. So that I think that's nice of them to still do the show to honor his memory. And then they're still going to be filming the show for the second half of it. I think I also read that they're doing that so people can see, like, for his fans, that this is what he did, like how awesome he is, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And, you know, it's also, there's that whole group of people who are on the show who are very talented and they want to showcase them, right? So, so we still haven't heard when the release date is. They really haven't said anything. AJ did say in the other interview that he was just finishing some voiceover stuff the other day. So could be soon-ish. I have no idea how long production takes. So maybe by the end of this year. Maybe before AJ's album comes out. Who knows, right? So, yeah.
Fingers crossed for all of the above.
Yes. So I feel like I can definitely see it from two ways. I can see that, like, if one of our members, like, I would want to see it because I would want to see what they're doing, right? Like what their last project was and stuff like that. But I can also see how it's very sad it would be for the fans because you're like watching this person who has passed away, which would be an interesting segue.
And then I think you would also like have an eagle eye, right? You would just like you try to analyze everything to see if something was wrong. Is there hidden things that he's saying that makes it seem like that's not him during this time? So you're like basically trying to see if he's doing anything that he wasn't known to be doing before.
Right, for sure. Yeah. And who knows, right? You never know.
I don't know.
So that'll be coming out. Another boy band, Backstreet boy band related musical event thing is, let's see if I can share this. Did we mention this before? I don't know if we've mentioned it or not.
What is it?
Baylee Littrell, Brian and Leanne's son, is on American Idol.
Yes, we did mention this at the end of the episode, I think 2 episodes ago, because in the comments of the Backstreet Boys account, they had promoted it, but then in the comments, people were like, why don't you promote Nick's solo stuff or AJ's solo stuff?
Yeah.
Do you recall that?
I do recall. So some people were kind of So Baylee was on American Idol. Yes. This mustache is killing me. I'm sorry. I know this is the style now that kids do this, and I'm just like, kids, what am I fucking 100?
Can I just say how old I am, or how old we are? Because this boy is 22 years old. We literally grew up with it.
I'm trying to see if I can get the part where.
Like, how old are we now? We are old. 22 years old.
Yes, because
you are older.
Show it in this clip. Yeah, here's clips of him as a baby. Look how little he was. He was getting on stage.
Like, we've seen him perform in concert.
Yes. Remember we made signs from that one time?
At 6 years old or 8 years old.
Yeah.
And then again, 3 years ago on the DNA tour.
The DNA tour. But so
which was 2022.
So Bailey's been trying to break it through.
So we've basically seen this kid from the beginning.
Yes. So also controversial is the t-shirt that Brian is wearing. I don't know if you saw a lot of comments about that or not, or if that was just in some.
I did not see it, but I'm assuming there were definitely comments.
Yes, because it's a Wiley t-shirt. So that was his wife Leanne's brand. But it's a picture of Leanne on the shirt from like back.
So that's when she was modeling. It was a big seller for the Wiley brand.
I was trying.
I do not have that one.
Look how tiny Baylee is on stage in this book. I love how I keep pointing like I'm like, you will lose my arm, like obviously.
It was crazy. But no, I don't have that shirt.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so basically Baylee came out. They're like, oh, you kind of look familiar or whatever, and then they're just like, oh, blah blah blah. My dad's Brian. But
Baylee, then they had they were talking in the beginning. They're like, they're so proud of him. So which was I thought was cute moment.
Mm-hmm. And he has recorded stuff. He's more of a country artist. So he actually performed one of his own songs,
Yes.
which I cannot recall the name of right now. Something about dying.
Was it also something about not being enough or something like that? Or am I?
Yeah, so God, why can't I? My brain is so done. Hold on a second. What the song that he wrote, his audition, "Waiting on Myself to Die" was the name of the song, and I was like, okay.
It was a little bit morbid, but
he did well.
But yeah, it's a little bit morbid, but isn't country like that? It tells a story.
Sometimes, yeah, that's
of
what
your life.
Basically, country music is.
Yeah.
So stages, if you will. But anyway,
Exactly.
So he performed. They liked it. They actually asked Brian to come in, and Brian like kind of sang with him as well, like backup. But then they were more impressed that like Baylee was the presence.
Who is that guy again? Luke
Bryan. Luke Bryan. He's a country singer.
Luke Bryan. That's right. So Luke Bryan was like, "Can you get your dad to come sing the chorus with you?" And then Brian was like, "Hey guys, am I in the audition?"
It was pretty entertaining.
It was fun.
I don't know. Have I just never noticed that Brian squints a lot when he sings?
No, I've noticed.
Okay, maybe because I don't normally stare at Brian during the concerts because I'm attracted.
I stare at the vicinity. If Brian and Nick are together, I stare at all of them. Really.
Yeah. So anyway, so they thought it was good. They gave him a golden ticket. So I haven't watched. What day was this? March 9th.
So apparently, from what the comments on Twitter, Baylee was not on the other episode because that is continuing the audition process.
Yes,
but he will be in the Goes to Hollywood episode, which I'm assuming is coming up in the next one or the one after that.
Yes. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. So anyways, I haven't watched American Idol in so many years. Like it has been a very long time. And I don't know if they like remember William Hung and all that stuff. Do they still show all the bad people or no? Because with the Baylee episode, it looked like basically everybody got through and they only showed good people. So I don't know if they don't do that anymore.
To be honest, I feel like they don't because there's not like a Simon Cowell type of judge.
Yeah. And they're trying to be all nice and not mean and bullying. I don't know. But
yeah,
I did see one girl there from Toronto. I saw her video today. She had a Band-Aid on her nose. And she made up a song that made and it was basically "Shut the fuck up" was like dinosaur, shut the fuck up, and I was just like, what? And they're just like, okay. I think her name was Sophie Powers, and I was like, what did I just watch? And they're like, I don't know where you would fit in on American Idol. And she's like, that's fine because I'm Canadian. I was like, oh my god, what are we doing here? It was entertaining but also weird, and I'm like, why does she have this bandage on her nose? Because the clip I saw was just her doing the song. So I'm like, did she get injured? Is she covering up some weird nose tattoo? Is just a way for her to stand out? And I tried looking in the comments, and nobody in the comments was at all talking about this Band-Aid. And I'm like, am I the crazy one here that I'm like focusing on this? Probably yes, but she was.
Do you think she had like a pimple and that's why she covered it up?
But I feel like would you not cover that up with makeup and not a giant Band-Aid? Maybe it was just
maybe she can't afford makeup and she can afford a Band-Aid.
I don't think so. I think it was just a shtick thing.
Like, do you pay money to go to an audition? I don't know how it works anymore. What do they pay money to go to this or no?
You have to get to the audition by yourself and you have to like pay or whatever. But I think once they get to Hollywood, I think that's paid for.
Okay.
Or maybe they need to get to Hollywood.
It's coming from
and
Canada.
Once they're in Hollywood, obviously all this stuff is free. I don't know. I just think that
unless she drove there.
Let me see if I can find it for you because I feel like you don't like. It's just Sophie Powers. She's a musician.
But
I don't know.
But it looked like Baylee did very well. So that good kudos to him.
Yeah, and I think it's always good when you have your own song too. Here, just see. This is.
And Carrie Underwood is also a BSB fan, so I think it was in Baylee's favor that he was able to be liked.
Yes, but then I also feel like a lot of people.
Hey,
but I also feel like people feel
listen.
like. See what I'm saying? This chick just has this random.
Oh, I
Band-Aid.
thought it was like a little one. It's like a little. I thought it was small. No, yeah, that's weird.
No, it's a giant Band-Aid. Yes, it's definitely a Band-Aid. It's definitely like.
So yeah, she's trying to stand out and feel like she's unique in her own way. So yeah, I guess to talk about her, like, yeah, I feel like she did to get talked about.
So, and I think, yeah, it's very colorful and whatever. But anyways, but the other person that I wanted to talk about is, I don't know if you remember him, but I will search really quick. Mikey. Oh my gosh, now I can't remember his name. Right? This is annoying me now because I know I followed him.
Oh, was it from In Real Life?
In Real Life, yeah.
Yes. I remember you mentioning something about this.
Did, and now I can't find his name. I thought it was.
And his name is Mike?
Why is this forsaking me? I feel like his name is Mikey.
Oh my God, was it the rapper guy? Was it the rapper?
No.
Oh,
no, this is the one. I'm pretty sure his mom was a hairdresser.
The other one, the other guy.
Oh, I'm not even showing the screen. I thought I was showing the screen. Hold on 1 second.
Amazing. You're funny, but you're so funny.
Oh gosh. So this is Mikey Jimenez. I don't know, from he was on the boy band show. I think it was just called Boy Band, wasn't it?
Yeah, boy band.
So there it is. MKY official. That's his thing. So let's
was he any good?
Yeah, so he made the top 8. So he was on the final episode, so it was down because in the final episode they went to 5. So he was in the top 8. He ended up not making it through, but interestingly enough, he has made it through on American Idol. So he got his golden ticket. He is also going to Hollywood. Yeah, so that's exciting. I'm curious if they're going to pull make any sort of comparisons between him and Baylee because of the whole boy band route stuff.
So do you think that it's easy to get through to Hollywood, and then once it goes to Hollywood, it will be harder?
Oh, it'll definitely be harder once they get there. But the thing is like thousands of people audition for this, right? And they only show like, I don't know how many people make it to Hollywood, 30, 40. I have not watched this in years. I do remember though that when I was on my road trip with Gina, we ended up we just happened to be in every city that the American Idol was happening. So it felt like we were like following the American Idol audition tour, but it was not. We were just like,
that's funny.
And we went into a boot shop in Nashville, and this one lady was like, "Oh, my daughter's auditioning for American Idol." And she's like, "My daughter is too." And they're like, "Oh," and then they started singing in the middle of the store, and we're just like, "This is so awkward." And one of them was good, and one of them was not, and I was just like, "This is really weird and entertaining." But yeah, so they're still doing their thing. So
America, right?
I guess I need to start watching the show now because whenever they get to Hollywood, we will see Baylee again. So we'll keep you guys updated to see how he does. But yeah, it's interesting that a lot of people already have. I feel like in the beginning, it was more like unknown singers, like just random, oh, I sing karaoke and now I'm on this. But I feel like now there's a lot of more mix of people who have actually have a bit of a musical career or have been doing this for years getting on. So, and then people are like, that's not fair. So who knows, right? Like,
yeah, I feel like this version of American Idol is a little bit different than the other one.
And I feel like there's a lot more of those shows now, right? Because they have The Voice. America's Got Talent also has musicians on there. Musicians.
Mhm.
Not speak today. But anyways, yeah. So that is that.
Well, good luck to Baylee. I'm sure he'll do great. He's already gone into Hollywood. Fingers
and I'm pretty
crossed
sure
for
his
him.
parents will be sitting front row and they'll show if you want to just like peek the Backstreet Boys. Obviously, it's about Baylee, but I'm just saying they support their one and only son. So, child is their only child.
Well, he was the first Backstreet
He's
kid,
baby
or
Backstreet.
he still is, but yes.
Yeah. So it's interesting to see that some of them are really into music and want to pursue that, and some don't, right?
And after that, after they retweeted from the Backstreet Boys account, Nick also was like, I think he did like a hearts for a quote tweet. So that was nice. So he's being supportive as well.
Yes, they're all their uncles and stuff, right? For sure.
See, it's a family affair.
Yes. Speaking of family affairs, let's move on to this. I don't really know if that's really a good segue, but we were speaking about AJ's album before, how it's not been released yet. Our good old buddy Nick has released a new song. It is called Stages.
Yes.
So he said, I dedicate my new song Stages to all of you for blessing me over the past 2 years with so much love on the Who I Am tour. You guys always show up and are always there to support me as I work hard to support my family. My hope is with this song that it inspires you to hug the ones you love and hold them close when you have to be away from them for whatever reason that may be. Love you all, Nick. So
I thought that was very sweet.
Very sweet.
To dedicate the song to us. I will say I had to listen to the song a few times, but it takes time to get into the song. But after the third listen, I really started to like the song. I feel like the video is very cute.
It's very cute.
And
so
I really like the video. It's about family. His real family and his touring family. And obviously us as fans is part of the family as well.
Exactly. So it has that. It has him performing solo. It has them on tour, in the studio. It has a lot of like with feet apparently. He has a lot of like Mike, who's his bodyguard, and Zoo, who's on there with him. So it's kind of, and then it just kind of like comes back and forth between his family, like his real life biological family, and his
touring family.
Touring family, yes. So there's Justin. There's like, yeah. So basically, it's kind of has a bit of a country vibe to it, and it's just kind of like talking about the stages of your life. And
but yeah, I feel like it's a great video, and it's a grower of a song. I feel like in concert, if he does it in concert, it will definitely be great to see in concert. Sometimes songs sound better live.
Yeah, so I liked it. I liked it right off the bat because I do kind of like country music. But as Sophia pointed out, it's not his greatest song, I don't think. I think it's
I can just say to you guys that nothing will top Made for Us, because Made for Us is such a good song. That is like the number one right now.
Yes, it's so good. So I wonder if they have the lyrics for Stages. But basically it's like I'll keep singing like when you're far away. Like it's just kind of like stages of
and then
so
a lot of the fans
for his family.
A lot of the fans tweeted about the stages of their life, and then he retweeted some of them. Some of them were very sad because they were talking about like cancer and going through those kinds of stages.
Yeah. So.
And then also on Instagram story, Nick Nation did like one of like Instagrams where we can share like your stages of your life and with pictures. So I did that as well.
Oh, that's cute. Aww.
So I put
nice. I don't like stories that
Yeah, I did one where
It's still there.
no, it's gone now, but I did one. One of the pictures was
Okay.
when I was in grade 1 or kindergarten.
Yeah.
We went to the zoo.
Cute.
And then I chose my 40th birthday photo shoot in one of them.
Yes, that was when you went on your photo shoot. You did your
Yeah, and
selfie
then
studio.
and then
Was
the
that
last
what it
2 photos was one with Nick and one with Backstreet Boys. The last photo I got with the Backstreet Boys, and those are the
Deering Lake
stages of
one?
my life so far.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. The boys have been around for many, many years, more than half of
Almost
your life.
32 years this April.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Can you imagine when you were like 14 years old? Well, I became a fan at I think I was 11.
Yeah.
So can you imagine when you're 11 years old that you would still be a fan
Of the band.
when you're 40
and
years
people,
old?
Seeing them, knowing them.
You would grow as a community of fans.
Yep. And the guys are still out there, still going strong.
Still chugging along
A lot
and
of boy
still
banders
popular as ever.
Yep. Yeah, so I am kind of bummed that I'm not going to Vegas. Like, it kind of comes in and out, and I was just like, God, Vegas is so expensive. And like, you never know. Who knows when things change, right?
Yeah, I want to go because that was like the first concert I've ever been to, and it'd be cool to relive it. But
Yeah.
also, you looking at the price of things, and you're like, yeah,
I know.
it
You
might
just wish
be.
you lived closer, right? So
Yeah, and our Canadian dollar is not good
dollar
right
is
now.
so garbage right now.
So, yeah.
Well, doesn't matter because the boys will still keep coming around. So
That's
still
right.
gonna see them. Maybe
As long as there'll be music, they'll be coming back again.
That is so true. Yes. What else were we going to talk about the documentary? Did we want to talk about that
Do you want to leave it for
another time?
maybe if we watch it in April?
So
But
okay,
we can
so we'll just tell
mention
you
it.
that the documentary we had talked about this before. So this is the one that Soleil Moonfry is directing, I guess. So it's called The Carters. The trailer just dropped, so if you want to cry, go watch the trailer. So basically, it's so Angel, who is Aaron Carter's twin, and Nick's sister as well, all part of the family. So the documentary, I didn't realize it. So it does look like Nick will be in this documentary. We weren't sure if it was just going to be Angel's perspective.
So in the video, in the trailer, remember the picture that they took on the beach with Nick and Angel? Nick released the photo on the beach, or was it Angel? One of them released the photo on the beach. So this is then.
This is from that time.
Yeah. So I feel like when she went to the concert, that was then they filmed that at that time.
That makes sense. So it's called The Carters. It's going to be on Paramount Plus on April 15th, which is a Tuesday. And basically, so kind of it's talking about, so it says in the new trailer for the Paramount Plus documentary, Aaron's twin sister Angel tells a story of her family's many ups and downs through the years, from the rise of Nick's career with the Backstreet Boys and Aaron's as a solo artist to the tragic death of 3 of their siblings, Leslie in 2012, Aaron in 2022, and Bobby Jean in 2023. So director Soleil Moonfry produced it. It's a 2-part documentary. Okay, I didn't read that initially. Features intimate conversations between the only surviving Carter siblings, Angel and Nick, who confront their complex childhood and the profound tragedies that mark their family, as well as never seen before home videos, photographs, audio recordings, and private text messages. I don't think Jane's going to be painted in a nice light here. There was that one little clip where she was like,
why are you telling your children if you don't tell the truth, you will die in your sleep?
Yeah, you should tell the truth before you go to bed, or you could die in your sleep. is something that Jane has said. And then also it has Melissa Joan Hart, which I guess was friends with the family. Scout Willis, which is Bruce Willis's daughter. I didn't know they knew each other.
I also
and then
didn't know
Lori
that.
Knight, which is she was Aaron's manager for a while. She's currently Nick's manager, I believe.
Yeah.
So they got a bunch of like personal archives and stuff. So it's called The Carters Hurts to Love You, which is Nick's song. Yeah, so it will be coming out on April 15th on Paramount Plus. So we will watch that and share.
Because Cynthia has not canceled her subscription to Paramount
I have
Plus.
not canceled my
So
subscription.
better to have it now that we can watch this.
Might as well keep it. I started as a free trial that I forgot to cancel, and now, it's basically watching.
I think that was since November 16th was when we went to New York.
I went to the O-Town thing. Yeah,
We went to Philly.
Yes,
November 16th, I believe.
Not sure if. Well, this is a Backstreet episode, so I'll keep that for another episode. But what the hell? I've already started talking, so I'm just going to talk. I don't know if you've seen this yet, but apparently there is an O-Town fan who is making a movie, like a short movie, and Trevor from O-Town will be in it. So
nice. I feel like you shared this with us in the messenger.
So before she didn't release that it was Trevor, but we guessed it was Trevor. So now it is Trevor that is in it, and she is raising some money to try to fund this project. I want to say her name is Allison, but I could be wrong. But maybe we should reach out and see if she wants to maybe come on and talk about the project or something.
We would love to have her on.
So maybe I'll reach out, but I cannot currently find the thing. So, here it is. Her name. Oh, I was right. It's Allison Rothwell. And the movie is going to be called Old Friends. So she is working on it. I think they're filming it in May. I want to say I read that somewhere, but anyways, there you go.
That's
so
cool.
We'll keep you updated on that one as well. So yes, so lots of fun things going on in the boy bandy worlds. Looks like
this episode was mostly Backstreet updates because there was a little bit more information about Backstreet.
And we have not talked about Backstreet in a while. So yes, lots of Backstreet stuff. We're going to get more and more as we get closer to those Vegas dates. They're going to be getting together. They were planning.
Oh, do you want to share the picture of them and the sphere where they're
that was on Instagram, right?
Instagram or Twitter. I think it was on both. We're in the planning stages. And then because we've seen them in I think it was the 200 section, people were like, hey, Kevin, can you confirm which section this is? Because people want those seats as well.
They want to know. Oh my God, that's so funny.
Because it looks like a good view.
Okay, I'm not seeing it on this one, but you know what else we forgot to show was their new pictures.
Yes, the Millennium booklet pictures.
So I think this was the original one. Okay, sorry. So this is the updated one. There's AJ.
Can I just ask, did you see that his leg looked very weird in that first one?
Oh, I did not. Let me go back. Where is it? Oh, I think it's just way his pants. Oh my God. Yeah, that's right.
It looks so weird. I was like, are you okay? But then we saw a different video and he looked fine. I was like, okay.
Oh my God. That's so funny. I didn't even notice that. But yeah, it looks like the way that his pants are bagging out, it looks like his leg is there. And it's all like, woo.
Yeah, it looks weird.
Yes. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it's just the weird fabric on the pants, I think.
I think so too, yeah.
That's funny. Okay, so we got Brian kind of in the clouds here.
So AJ was the sun and Brian is the air. Because Brian likes to jump off the stages and going on to the bigger stage, to the small stage. He just likes to be competitive and just jumps around.
His face did not change much, eh? That's funny.
Not at all.
Who else do we got? Oh, is it just them so far?
Yeah, just the two so far. They'll slowly trickle into doing Nick's, Kevin, Howie.
So what were their other what were their elements? Were they different elements or why?
So we will not know the elements until they share the other elements.
Oh, okay. But speaking of Howie, I totally forgot that we didn't talk about my little Howito. He went on a trip to
Yes.
Antarctica. So him and his wife went.
It was a cruise, right?
So was it a cruise? I don't know.
Oh, I thought it was a
Experience
cruise.
of a lifetime,
Sorry.
having the opportunity to travel down to Antarctica. To say it exceeded my expectations is an understatement. Every expedition, whether on land or sea, was full of surprises. Truly nature at its best. A bucket list moment for sure, and memories for a lifetime. And then I was just like, I better see penguins. And yep. So yeah, they have a sign, 7th continent. So
Cool.
he's now traveled literally all around the world. And then, so there's that. Of course, he's found a hot tub. And there's the little penguins. He found penguins.
Cool.
Hopefully the penguin doesn't attack him.
I feel like they're friendly, no?
Yeah, so
Unless
like, that's a
the
pretty cool
penguins are
experience.
hungry. I feel like if the penguins are not hungry, you'll be okay.
they're fine. They got little beaks. They're fine. Penguins don't scare me as much as other birds, so. Yeah,
I
so
feel like
Howie
penguins
was
are
there.
cute. They just waddle and they're just having a good time. They're waddling with their peers, basically, with their penguin peers.
With their penguin peers. So yes, so
Their peepees.
all 5 boys have been spotted in the wilds. They're all around. I feel like Kevin is usually
Okay.
the hardest to spot. So it's
Yeah,
nice to see
so
him, I guess,
that's
so.
why I was like, oh my God, good job, Kevin, coming out of the forest and
He's made it
you know,
to NASCAR. Yes,
helping us out to see you. We love ya.
Yeah. So yeah, I just feel like as we get closer to Millennium 2.0 coming out, which was July 13th, 11th, and all that stuff, obviously they're going to start doing more promos and things like that. So it'll be nice to see more.
And the album will be coming out. So I pre-ordered / pre-saved, but hopefully the Millennium 2.0 is out in stores or CDs
I think
places.
they will, because like I think Target has them and other stuff, so I'm sure they'll have them.
So the last time I bought the DNA album,
the
Christmas album,
yeah,
I went to Walmart.
and they
Because in Toronto, there are no more CD stores.
that's really true. Like most of the record stores are closing down, and
Yeah.
right,
So at least Walmart had it.
yeah.
So here's hoping they have it as well.
here's
Because
hoping.
I don't know. I feel like it's like a nostalgic thing to go to the record store and get the album. Yeah. And then you open the CD, you read the booklet, you read the thank you notes, you look at the pictures. I'm assuming the elements that they are being like they're redoing is going to be in the booklet.
It's going to be in the booklet, and they're going to
because that's how the first Millennium album they had it. Those pictures are from the booklet.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I don't know. It's always cool to read the booklet, read the thank yous, then listen to the music
and all that jazz.
You know, that's the whole point of getting the CD.
Yeah.
To have it in your hand.
No, it's true though, because you lose out on that when you don't have it.
Yeah. It's a good experience
most
to
of
have.
us don't have CD players anymore, or some of the new cars don't come with them. My fun 2011 Nissan Sentra still does. So.
Well, at least we went full circle in this episode, and we went right back from the start. See, we're making it all things happen.
Yes. So,
and on that note, you enjoy this episode of all the fun things,
and I'm looking forward to more Backstreet stuff because we haven't had a lot from them in a while. So
yes, I feel like it's been a lot of O-Town, New Kids on the Block, Jonas Brothers, which is great. We love them as well.
Yes,
but Backstreet is our
Backstreet's.
Would you say our main
bread and butter, if you will.
Our bread and butter, yeah.
They are out of all the bands that we talk about, Backstreet episodes are obviously they get more love. So I feel like we have a lot more in the Backstreet fandom community.
Right. We know more Backstreet fans.
Yes.
Because we are also Backstreet fans.
Because we are Backstreet fans, yes. But yeah. Anyways. Oh, and then not Backstreet related, but Joey Fatone has extended his Anne Juliet on Broadway. It ends March 6th. Oh, it already ended, but he starts up again in April, I think, for 2 months, I want to say. Something like that. I
think April to June?
I think so, yeah. Something like that. So,
well, congratulations to Joey. That means he did a very good job.
And that means that AJ will probably go see him again. So there you go.
See? And then I'm sure Lance and Chris will also go see them. Because I saw a poster, possibly.
Yes.
Saying love Lance.
Yeah. So like Joey's like, Chris was like, I'm with the two Lances, like Lance Bass, and then Joey's character is named Lance in the show.
Yeah.
So it was, so.
It was very cute.
Very cute. Brotherly love. Okay. Well,
and then, people in the comments were like, this is the most we've ever seen them together, because previous years they've never been this close and doing things together. So I'm happy for that. That's so nice.
Let's get all the boy bands back together. Yeah, and the 5 sales have been going really great, so they're possibly going to add some more. Hopefully, some North American.
I think they also added another Ireland date, possibly. Did we read Ireland?
Yes, Ireland's there too.
Yeah, so I think they announced another second date there.
I may or may not have mapped all the 5 dates from where they are and stuff, and I'm like, man, these venues are so close. They're like 2 hours away from each other. When we go on a thing, we got to drive like 6 hours to another 5 hours to another whatever, right? So
isn't that how it goes? Like Europe/UK, like things are close to each other.
I was like, man, if I had the time and the money, I would totally just road trip it and follow them around, because I think that would be so.
It would be pretty cool,
That would be fun to see for sure. But
definitely,
who knows? Maybe next year. Alrighty. Well, on that note, thanks for taking a break with us, guys.
Until next time.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.